Good afternoon, my friends. Today we'll be taking up a new topic. This one, we're going to be drawing this item on the screen. You can study the values because we'll be using it little by little to go through it. The last topic I treated, many people did not understand the information I passed through. So this one we'll try and see how we can take it very gently and see what will be done. But we will still use the
Are you
commands
passionate
from
about
the
health and
keyboard.
fitness? Looking for ways to boost your income? Need educational insights or civil engineering tips? Look no further. At P&T Smart Minds, we are dedicated content creators bringing you top-notch videos on health and fitness. Stay fit, stay healthy with our expert advice. Financial growth. Discover strategies to make money and secure your future. Educational content. Learn something new every day with our insightful educational videos. Civil engineering. Dive deep into the world of civil engineering with our specialized content. New videos every week. Join our community of smart minds and never miss an update. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell to stay informed and empowered. Subscribe to P&T Smart Minds on YouTube.
Let's study this diagram very well. This is what we're going to be working on today. We're going to see how we can get all these informations into a drawing form. Let's go to AutoCAD. Now we are in the AutoCAD drawing phase. Now we are going to study some things we need to take care of. First, we are looking at what units are we working on. We're working on centimeter. Let's see how we can do that. But first, let's see the values that we're going to be using. We have just gone through the values. Look at them. 80. We have the highest to be 120. 120. This is 20. This is 80, and this is also 20. So everything on the straight line. So this rectangle is 120. So also we'll check all the other things as we go along. Let's go into the diagram again. Now, first thing, unit. Unit is UN. We have already been used to that. So we'll start with unit. Decimal, we let it go. We leave that like that. We take up, for preciseness, we can still leave it like this. For this one, millimeter, we'll change it to centimeter. Yeah. We start. First thing to do is to confirm, are we on 3D? We go to 3D information. So we are in 3D model. It has been ticked. So we can go from there. Next, we need to find out what are we on. We are on the 2D phase. So we need to take it to a 3D phase. Now, how do we do that? We go to isometric area. So this is where we come in. We enter southeast isometrics. Southeast isometrics. You can use anyone. You can use southwest. It depends on which matches your work space and how you want to work with it. So let us use southeast isometrics. So now let us see. We have Y and X on the horizontal side. YZ is on the vertical. So let's see how we can take this into consideration. What are we starting first with? We go in here. We start with this rectangle. Let us start with this rectangle. I love us to always start with rectangle. I like the rectangle shape. Let's start with it. So we have 80 and we have 120. Let's do that on the diagram. Rectangle, that is rec, it's rectangle. Then we come in. Then we touch a D for dimension, a D for dimension. So we're going to D first. So right now the length here we're having here is 10. So but we have said we want 120. Said we want 120 by 80. So this is 120 centimeter by 80 centimeter. Now we are here. So what do? We try to find the thickness. Now we going for the thickness. What's the thickness? For the sake of this students, let's go through it. We have thickness of 15 cm. We'll go back here and work on 15 cm. So how do we do that? We go into, this is called pressed pull. Press pull is a way of pulling it so that it gives us the thickness of what we are doing. I'm pressing it and I'm pulling it downwards because I want the face to be, the flatness to be on the main Y and X direction. So let us work on this, and we write what it wants now is specify the height, and we want to tell it 15 centimeter. So that is our specification. So the next thing we look at, what is the next thing we can work on? Let us think of it. We'll go back to the diagram. Let us look at the diagram again. Let's work on this. We can form another rectangle here. We have a width of 80, and we also have a height of, this is 50, but because of this other part, this is 15. So we move the 15 from the 50, which is about 35. Then we have the remaining, which is the radius of, which is 40. So 35 plus 40, that is 75. We'll take 75 for information's sake. Now let us see how we want to do it. We want to work on a height. It's not going to be a horizontal. We're working on a height, standing on a vertical height. So let's see where we go. We want to go into view. Now we want to check the face view. We either want to use the face view to do it, or we come in here. We come into this. We come into the information we want to work on. We can either say we are working on the right or the left. So but right now, as it's facing like this, so we want it to be facing this side. So right now this is the front. So if this is the front, so we're talking about the right view. So we're talking about the right view. The right view. So let us look at it. Now that we are like this, let us see how we can do that. Now we come in with rectangle. The rectangle is REC. Then would touch and give it a dimension. So dimension is 80 by 75, and we have a value. So now we have, this is 75. Let's confirm it. This dimension 75, correct. This is 80, correct. Now we want to explode this because we want to use this bottom line to get our distance, our height distance. So by copying it, how do we do that? First, explode, which is X as a short form on the keyboard. So everything is now free. We can select anyone we want. So I want to pick this to assure that it comes very straight. I want to pick copy and pick the edge here and go along the edge to a point where you can hook it. Then now we use the word, we use 40. 40 is the height we're going to. We press enter. So we need a circle to form the edge here. So let us see how it looks. We have this. We want to use a circle. A circle because we need this area, which is, so the whole distance is 80. So the radius would be the radius here would be 40. So let's see how we can do that. Circle. So we want to give it the radius, say radius, and radius we want to use 40. Okay, so we're giving it a radius. So we need some of these things to go out. What do? We want to trim. Let's see how we can trim this thing. We take a TR, which is trim. You enter, or you can touch what is here and say trim. But you want to give it a specific information. So what do? We start with O, which is the mode you want to use it. The mode you want to use. So we want to use a standard and we want to select a place. I select this, which is my place of trimming. So let us go ahead and see how we use it. This affects my point of trimming, so I can remove this. This is one of the things I don't want. I don't want this. I don't want this upper one. So those are the things I don't want. This one I can't do that because it's not affecting that point. So I can erase this by using E for erase. So this is what we have. Now we have this. You notice that a line was drawn across to show at that point is like a center point. Let's confirm by writing polyline, poly, PL, for short form of polyline. So let us pick this and put it to the edge of this point. So which means I've gotten this one. Now with this, we want to see how we can stretch out this information. But first, I want to move these things we have placed inside, so that it doesn't affect what we are doing. Let us leave it like this. Now we want to make everything work together. This is separate. If you touch this, it is separate from this upper side. So what do? We use the word join. We fix it together. Join. So join. Select everything, then enter. So I think it's joined now. So we go back to press pull. Press pull is used to push out to get a width from what information you have passed. So, and now as we do this, it asks us, notice the value on top of this place. It's trying to find out what value do you want us to give to it. We notice that what was given here was what? What was given here was 20. So we'll go back and do the same thing. So that is settled. Now we can fix this. If at least maybe just for dimension's sake, you can move. Go to M for move. So we can put this back and put it back in the position where it was. So now let us see how these things can be worked with. We have almost done everything required on the diagram. We want to go to the upper side and look at what we have on the upper side. We have a circle which is exactly a diameter of 80 centimeter. So we want to work on that first. Then we go into the next circle which is 60. Then the last one which is 30 centimeter. So the diameters are 80, 60, and 30. Let's work on those ones. Now we come into the face here. We can do it in two ways. Let us try and make this thing look more clearer to our visual sight. I want to use a shade first. Let us try working on using a shade. Now we want to also do something. Let us put a line, polyline, which is PL. We take a center and mark it out to the polyline. So this is, now we have a place where we can start working on our circle. We can still put another one across, so it will help us. We're looking at this, looking for the center. Looking for the center. There are ways we can get the center. We can either right click and come in and choose midpoint, and come in here and pick the midpoint. Okay, but since it's not on the face, let us do something again. Well, let us pick a face. I want to pick a face. We're picking a face, which is this is a face. This is a face picker. So you pick a face. Now we now say accept. So now we see that our UCS is giving us X and Y on the flat surface. So let us go back to that our PL again, which is polyline, and look for the center as we did the last time. Let us go to right click and do a polyline selection again on the midpoint. So it comes and picks the midpoint for us and comes along now. Notice that the thing is working along very well now. And we pick it. Now, the first circle we are picking is circle. Well, let us work with the diameter this time. So we'll pick a circle which is C for circle. C is circle for shortcut. Then we now tell it its diameter we want to use. So with the diameter, we can now say we give it a value of 80 and enter. So it has picked 80. So we want to work with that. Now let's try and work on this 80. How do we do? What do? We go to press pull, come into the value, select the circle that we have just picked, pick it up by what is the distance we have. Let us go back and check. The distance is 20, the height is 20. So let's go back. So this is 20. So which is that one is complete. The next thing is want to do another circle on the top of this. So let's look at that too. We have a circle. We have a circle that will draw from here. So let us check the circle. So we can also pick a circle from here. Let us take circle. We can just write C for circle. Then come in here. This is the circle. We now pick a diameter. Always write it very clearly. It asks for what are we looking for? A diameter. Now this is the diameter. We now give it the diameter of 60. So we write diameter so that it is aware that we now write 60. Give it to it, and that is the diameter. So now we go to press pull. Okay. So we notice that it wasn't exactly at the bottom side of it. That was 15 cm from the top of the bigger circle. It's 15 cm down. So let's go back and work on 15. So we can now mark 15 and press enter. So 15 is already inside. So we have 15 which is inside already. So now we are looking at the other smaller circle. There's a smaller circle inside here. So we're going to pick another circle which is supposed to be lower. Let us try and get that. We pick okay, I've got in the center. Now we notice that the diameter is what? Let's go back and check it again. Diameter is 30. So let us do that. 30. The diameter is 30. Then we enter. Let's use a subtract. So that is subtracted. Let us look that point is separated. Now it's okay. So now we can go along with the next stage, which is the combining everything together. Let's have that. So we have this, we have this. We can create this with a copy. So let's go back. We have this. So but we also have something here. There's a circle here. So let's try and see how we can create a circle. The circle is of radius 32 centimeter. Let us go back and do that. Now circle, and this is radius 32. I mean diameter of 32. Sorry, not radius. So let's be sure of what we have. The diameter of 32. So let us press diameter and give it a value of 32 and press enter. So Let us go to press pull and do the same thing. Press and pull and do the same thing. But because we're having too many formations, I want to take a single circle. I don't want it to be complex. Let's remove these things. We're finished using them. So let us remove them. I want to remove this line. Okay, let's work on this circle. Okay, then we can just write 20 to eliminate it. Let us try that. Okay, now we pick the circle. We now pick circle. So we pick the inner circle. What do we want to do here? We want to eliminate it. We can either write 20. Let's see how that works. First, we take a subtract, and take a subtract, then pick the outside one and press enter, then go back and pick the inner one and press enter. So the two of them have separated it. Now, let us go to the next stage. The next stage is joining everything together. Let us create a very decent work. Now let us now start doing that. Now we pick this. Where do we want to pick? We want to pick the edge. So let us say move. We can take this, or we take a copy. Take a copy. CO for copy. Just take a copy of it and put it like this. We come to the edge. We're taking the outer edge so that it will match with the other outer edge in this other one. So we pick the edge here. So that is okay. We come out. Okay, so it matches it well. Huh? We go into the other one. Now, for us to pick the edge and edge, is we have to select it from this other side. So let us say okay, copy and take this, go to the other end so that it will align with the edge of the other side. Then we come into this edge and pick this edge. So this is it. So this is what we have done. Now we can take a zoom and zoom and enter, then extend, zoom, extend, zoom, extend. Okay, so this is exactly what we did before. This is how it looks. Maybe very soon we'll start with dimension of these materials, but this is what the information is. Thank you very much. Maybe very soon we'll start with dimension of these materials, but this is what the information is. Thank you very much for attending my classes. This is the end of the class. I hope we will discuss more on this in the next class. So if you have not subscribed, please try and subscribe to my channel for more topics.